5:30 p.m. and I will call the City Council meeting of June 3rd, 2025 to order. I'm presiding today at the request of Mayor Wright. We acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the ancestral lands of the Coast Salish people and pay our respect to those past and present. Our invocation today will be provided by Pastor James Sanchez of Life Church. If you'd like to, please stand and join us in the invocation. Pastor Sanchez.
Well, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the beautiful weather. And Lord, I pray that as this council meeting goes forward, that you give wisdom and unity in the decisions that are made. Lord, I pray for our city council members that you continue to help them in their decisions. Let there be wisdom with all of them and unity, Lord, because there is a blessing on unity. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Chris, will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This will be both a physical meeting and a virtual meeting. Some members of city staff or consultants may be participating via teleconference. Today's meeting may be viewed on YouTube, Facebook, and following the meeting on cable channel 10 HD 1090. At this time, I will ask our city clerk, Julie, to do a roll call.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Stuckey.
Present.
Councilmember Marshall.
Present.
Councilmember Wittgenstein.
Present.
Councilmember Arms.
Present.
Councilmember Merrow.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem, all members of council are present with the exception of Councilmember Wiesner, who has asked to be excused.
May I hear a motion to excuse Councilor Wiesner? Councilor Marshall.
I move to excuse Councilmember Wiesner. Second.
It's been moved by Councilor Marshall, second by Wittgenstein, to excuse Councilmember Wiesner from tonight's meeting. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed? Yeah, passes unanimously. Thank you. I would like to note that for tonight, our attorney Lisa Marshall from the city's legal firm of Kenyon Dyson is attending online. She's substituting for Hillary Evans. And our first agenda item today is an executive session per RCW 42.30.110 to discuss with legal counsel litigation or potential litigation, and per RCW 42.30.110 to consider the minimum price at which real estate will be offered for sale or lease. The anticipated duration of the executive session is 15 minutes. Action may or may not be taken upon return to the open session after executive session. Executive sessions are not open to the public. So at this time, we will now move into the conference room for 15 minutes. right, it's been 15 minutes. Council has returned from executive session. No action will be taken at this time. Moving on, we will approve our agenda. Are there any suggested changes to the regular agenda? If none, do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Wittgenstein, second by Merrow to approve tonight's agenda as presented. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you. Next up is public comments. Members of the public may comment on consent agenda items or subjects of interest that are not listed on the agenda at this time. There will be an opportunity to comment on agenda items during the meeting as appropriate. Comments on public hearing items will be heard during that portion of the agenda. The public can also visit our website prior to our meetings for methods on how to submit public comments or contact our city clerk, Julie Nestor, by phone or email. When submitting comments, please include your name and address. Public comments sent anonymously or from a false address will be shared with the mayor and council, but not displayed during meetings. We've received 3 new public comments since our last regular meeting, and they are displayed on the screen. Thank you. Are there any members of the public present who wish to speak to items not listed on tonight's agenda or on the consent agenda? And if so, the clerk will call your name in the order in which you signed in to speak. Please step forward to the microphone, state your name and address, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Nobody signed up.
Mayor Pro Tem, no one signed in to speak, so we can continue to any others that wish to speak.
Okay, is there anyone present who did not sign in but wishes to speak? Please step forward, state your name and address, limit your comment to 3 minutes.
Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't see the list.
You're fine.
My name is Sandy Peterson. I live at 964 Northwest Longview Drive. I bring to the members of council and those who may be listening just an item of information. Former City Council member Jim Campbell's memorial service will be this coming Saturday, June 7th at 5 p.m. at the Family Bible Church. His family had a little bit of difficulty getting the information out publicly and asked me to speak tonight to that item. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. This Saturday, the 7th at 5 p.m., Family Bible. Okay, is there anyone else present who wishes to make a public comment at this time? Hearing no one else, we will close public comment and move on to our consent agenda. Staff has presented the listed consent agenda items, all of which were included in the meeting packet. Are there any objections or changes to the consent agenda? Hearing none, may I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
A motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second the motion.
It's been moved by Councilor Wittgenstein, second by Merrow, to approve our consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion or questions? No. All those in favor, raise your hand. And that passes unanimously. Thank you. And moving on to mayor's comments, I will be providing those comments tonight on behalf of Mayor Wright. The Pathways to Stability Task Force. The task force established by Mayor Wright and Police Chief Slowick to address homelessness concerns will hold a public meeting on Wednesday, June 11th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Student Union Building at the Oak Harbor High School. The task force will give an update on what they've been working on and answer questions regarding the unhoused community in Oak Harbor. Do we have a... Oh, there is a flyer. Our monitors here have like a HP permission thing. Not at this time. Thank you. The Right Blend, barbecue and conversation with the mayor. Our next Right Blend will be hosted at Catalina Park, 1301 Southeast Catalina Drive. That's the park by the marina. On Friday, June 20th, from 4 to 7 p.m. Come and grill Mayor Wright and share your ideas and suggestions. A barbecue meal will be provided. Please sign up on the city's website to let us know how many to prepare for. And congratulations to Naval Air Station Whidbey Island culinary specialists. NASWE's chefs were honored at the annual Armed Forces Culinary Training Exercise in Bremerton last month. They were awarded first place in the chili and garnish competitions, second place with their wings, cake decorations, and hors d'oeuvres, and third place with their ribs and dessert submissions. Yeah. Congratulations to Oak Harbor athletes. The Northwest Conference announced the all-league selections for baseball and girls tennis. Congratulations to Maddie Mays, second team tennis, Jason Champignon, hope I'm saying that right, first team baseball, Connor Cash, second team baseball, and Braden Rupp, second team baseball. The Wildcat track team had a fantastic district meet this past week with 11 athletes qualifying for the state meet in Tacoma. Wildcats who qualified include Addison Boyer, Peyton, Kaylin LaRule, Genesis Lowry, Madeline Brooks, Olivia Hudson, Lily Grubbs, Peyton Stodgedill, Kaiten Hartman, Isaac Kitchen, and Alejandro Gates. I'm totally guessing on that pronunciation. The Wildcat girls did it again, fresh off breaking the school and meet record in the 4x2 relay. The same quartet of girls set the meet and school record in the 4x1 relay with a blazing time of 48.01. The girls now have the fastest time in the state for both the 4x1 and 4x2 relays. Next up for the girls is the 3A state meet in Tacoma, and we will keep you posted. That's awesome. Parks and Public Works are conducting maintenance this week. At Fort Nugent, we are replacing the broken slide. The area around the slide will be closed, but all other amenities will be open. Anticipate being open to the public beginning Friday, June 6th. Navy Gateway Park, the joint plane cleaning is scheduled on Friday, June 6th with the Navy, and the flag will be replaced as well. We've received a lot of public concern about the flag. Association of Washington City's annual conference. Mayor Wright, members of the City Council, and our Deputy City Administrator and Finance Director, David Goldman, will attend the AWC annual conference June 24th through the 27th in Kennewick. City focus sessions provide an opportunity for municipal officials to engage with statewide leaders, share ideas and successes among peers, and return home with innovative ideas and valuable contacts. Pirates and Mermaids. The city's Parks and Recreation team presents a new fun event for all ages, Saturday, June 28th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Shipwreck Shores at Windjammer Park. Free activities, food vendors, a performance by the Shifty Sailors from 11 a.m. to noon, and a pirate and mermaid in costume contest at noon. What did I say? Oh, did I? Oh, the Shifty Sailors are performing from 11 a.m. to noon. Yeah, but the event goes till 2 p.m. Thank you. Advisory board vacancies. We have several openings on many of our city advisory boards and commissions. See the city's website for information on how to apply. And stay connected. Stay connected to city information and activities at any time by visiting our website and our Facebook page. Moving on, we have council comments. Are there any councilors who have anything to share at this time for the good of the order? Councilor Stuckey.
Just want to give a little bug and ask about the frequently asked questions. for the homelessness and whatnot?
Yep, I can take that. So, so I've met with Mayor Wright and Maggie, submitted my response. The mayor asked for some statistical information that only my record supervisor can pull out of our system, and she's been sick for the last 2 days. So as soon as she gets back, I promised Mayor we would pull that information and provide it to Maggie.
My main thing is just being able to have that out before the Pathways meeting. Do you think that's?
I was really hoping it would have been
Okay.
done yesterday.
I get
so-
that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Stuckey. Any other council comments? Okay, moving on to public hearings and meetings. Public hearing, Resolution 25-07, Design Regulations and Guidelines. Introducing this topic will be our senior planner, Ray Lindenberg. Welcome, Ray.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the City Council. I am going to keep this fairly brief tonight because I think we've been over this a few times already. But I'll just kind of go through the presentation here, and if there are any questions you have at the end regarding any specifics, just let me know. As you may know, we went through a process back in 2022 to reduce our minimum lot sizes. That was done for a number of reasons, mostly to kind of allow a little bit more flexibility in the design process. One thing it did do is take away the ability to review aesthetic concerns with single-family homes because a lot of these subdivisions wouldn't be going through the PRD process anymore, which did allow for that. So we did go through aesthetic reviews through SEPA, but it's kind of awkward and kind of clunky to do it that way. More recently, in 2024, the House Bill 1110 talked about missing middle housing, and that the standards for design on missing middle or middle housing can't be more restrictive than that for single family. And so if we don't have any restrictions on single family, that already makes that automatically more restrictive. So we needed to fix that. So those two things kind of came together. And what we did is we wanted to have that mitigation available to allow for us to review the design criteria or the design standards for our single family homes. We're not looking to get really into the weeds and dictate a lot of things. We just want to make sure that there are some basic standards for that. So the standards will bring the single family development in line with what we have existing already for multifamily development, therefore being compliant with House Bill 1110. The revision to the DRG includes some reorganization to the document itself just to make it flow better. We may just changed one of the sections in the order in which that they appear, just to make it so that when you're reading through the full document, it makes more sense that way. Section 5 now includes a full residential design section rather than a multifamily residential design section. So we put our single family standards in there. And then for some single family design concepts, we have architectural interest, but we didn't want to specify a specific style of architecture or details or anything like that. We did mention the reduced front yard setbacks that were available through the ordinance change when we did ordinance number 1953, essentially saying that you can have front porches and living space to 10 feet from the front property line, as long as you have that garage 20-foot driveway length. We wanted to make sure that there was neighborhood context, friendly facades, pedestrian orientation, pedestrian friendliness, interest, front doors available and visible from the street, while maintaining consideration of privacy, and then kind of reducing the domination of vehicles, automobiles in our residential areas so it doesn't look just like a big parking lot. So our new section specifically adds guidance for narrow lot houses as well, and we had that document that we did back in 2022 that specified some narrow lot design criteria that you could utilize. We included some of that information now in the Design Regulations and Guidelines document to help people take advantage of that reduced front yard setback. So this is that document I was referring to. That's just been kind of informally passed out to folks who wanted it. But now it will be part of the document itself, part of the DRG document, to assist in that process. So based on that, we're recommending approval on this. We did take it to the Planning Commission previously, and they forwarded a positive recommendation to you all for tonight. So if you do have any questions, specific answers you need, I can handle those for you.
Thank you, Ray. At this time, I will open the public hearing for Resolution 25-07 and ask if there have been any public comments received.
No, Mayor Pro Tem, no public comments were received on this item.
Okay. And is there anyone present tonight who has a comment that they would like to share with us at this time? All right, at this time, I will close the public hearing and call upon council for their questions and comments. Or motions. Anybody?
Could we get the recommended motion back on the screen, please?
Does anyone wish to make the motion? Councilor Marshall.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Resolution 25-07, revisions to the Oak Harbor Design Regulations and Guidelines. Second.
It's been moved by Councilor Marshall, second by Councilor Wittgenstein to approve Resolution 25-07, Design Regulations and Guidelines. Any further council comments, questions, concerns, feedback? Nope. All those in favor, raise your hand. That passes unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. Okay, last item, ordinances and resolutions. Resolution 25-17, affirming that display of flags on city property is government speech and under which instances flags will be lowered. And to introduce this topic, we have our communications officer, Maggie Aguilar. Welcome,
Hi.
Maggie.
Hi, thank you. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. My name is Maggie Aguilar. I'm the communications officer here at the City of Oak Harbor. I work closely with the Governor's Office to facilitate flag lowerings. So today I'm here to present to you Resolution 25-17, affirming that the display of flags on city property is government speech and under which instances flags will be lowered. Okay. The City of Oak Harbor does not have a policy on the display of flags on city property that limits the display to approved flags. The city also does not have a policy stating under which circumstances flags will be lowered outside of declaration by the Governor of the State of Washington. There have been a number of instances in which the city has had to wait on such a declaration to honor local military personnel who have perished in service to our country. Other cities in our state have adopted policy resolutions to allow for the display of commemorative flags and to lower flags. Okay, the next slide. Oh, there it is. Staff have researched the policies of other Washington cities and reviewed policies from the Association of Washington Cities and the Municipal Research Services Center in drafting this resolution, which has been reviewed by legal counsel. Resolution 25-17 adopts guidelines regarding the display of commemorative flags on city property and provides for the mayor, on behalf of the city council, to raise commemorative flags and to direct the lowering of federal and state flags to half-staff. Oh, there it goes. So in front of you, you have the recommended motion. I could take some questions, but in closing, I'd like to circle back to a tragic loss this past year as an example of the importance of this resolution. We did lose 2 naval aviators as a city and wanted to pay our respects to honor them. But in the process of requesting authorization, as I mentioned before, from the governor's office, that process was lengthy and it delayed our ability to act quickly as our community had requested it. By passing this resolution, we are taking a small but meaningful step and making sure that our city can act quickly, honor our service members. I truly believe that this change will help us show that respect and in the appropriate manner and timely manner. So thank you for considering this important resolution. I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Maggie.
Of course.
This time, I will ask our city clerk if we've received any public comment on this item.
No, Mayor, no public comments have been received.
And is there anyone present tonight who wishes to speak on this item? No? Okay, I will turn to council for their comments and questions. Council, anybody?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. You know,
ahead.
council knows I'm not one to generally draft my responses ahead of time, but this is, as you mentioned, this is an important topic. But what I see here is really two topics. One is the ability to lower the flag. The other is the inclusion of other flags. And so to address that, you know, I wrote down my thoughts just so I can make sure that I articulated them properly. So I'd like to share my position regarding the city's flag policy as we consider recent proposals related to the display of flags on municipal property. I'm fully in support of granting the mayor the authority to lower the United States flag to half staff at his or her discretion in response to local tragedies or significant moments of community reflection. This added flexibility will allow the city to acknowledge events that are meaningful to our residents in a timely and respectful manner. However, I'm opposed to expanding the list of flags flown on city property beyond those already federally recognized, namely the United States flag, state flags, municipal flags, and military flags. While I deeply respect and support the diversity within our community, including individuals of all backgrounds, identities, and beliefs, I believe that city property should remain a neutral space that does not promote or prioritize any particular group. My position is not rooted in opposition to any individual community or cause. Rather, it is based on the principle that government entities should represent all residents equally and avoid taking symbolic positions that may unintentionally appear exclusionary to others. The role of the city is to foster inclusivity through policies, services, and respectful governance, not through selective symbolic gestures. Maintaining a consistent and neutral flag policy ensures fairness and prevents the city from being placed in a position of having to make subjective decisions about which causes merit symbolic recognition. This approach affirms our commitment to serving every resident impartially, regardless of religion, race, sexual orientation, political affiliation, or any other distinguishing characteristic. I appreciate the passion behind the current recommendation and the desire to foster a welcoming community. I believe we can and should do that through our actions, our outreach, and our everyday service, not through selective displays that may unintentionally divide rather than unite.
Thank you, Council Marshall. The agenda bill online is the resolution, like in its entirety, and the agenda bill just disappeared from. Yeah, I'm pulling it up in it. Yeah, it's like I was just looking at it and now it's missing.
Your screen's blank.
It's blank. That's okay. Huh. I'll try refreshing it. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to see the. Any other council comments? Councilor Arms.
Thank you, Councilmember Marshall, and I agree with you. I think what you said is true, and I think that's what we should stick to. And you're right on what you said, and thank you for writing it, and thank you for bringing it up. I appreciate it, because I think that's where we should be. And you're right, we should be in the community, and being supportive of all, but I don't think, with the flag, I think the flag should stay as you said. Thank you.
Councilor Merrill.
I too confirm Councilmember Marshall's position, although the reasoning might not be identical to what he went through. I think the less amount of potential division created by symbolic displays is wise, and so just the traditional flags is what I would support.
Councilor Stuckey.
Ditto. But a question, so in the absence of a flag ordinance,
Right.
let's say that we don't pass this at any portion. Am I understanding correctly that the mayor can't direct flags to be at half staff because there's not so in lack of a policy, he can't do it?
Correct. That's correct. So right now, we get the directive from the governor's office.
Need permission from the governor.
So I definitely am for flags at half staff. I mean, I've called on a couple occasions because being a funeral director, it's kind of my thing, and so I've called on a couple occasions where it was a bit of a trick to get the flags at half staff, and I think we absolutely should be able to cut the red tape out of that. So that portion of it and showing honor for those that we have lost, either military or public officials or people who work for the city, I am very much in favor of allowing the mayor to do that on short notice. But I agree with the rest of it, of what Councilmember Marshall said.
So what we can do is go back and revise it and then come back to the next meeting, which would be in July, and then provide with a different resolution for you to approve, if that's what I'm hearing.
Councilor Wittgenstein, you've not weighed in yet. Do you have a comment?
I like that idea right there, coming back with, because I too believe this is two separate issues.
Yeah.
I'm in support of honoring any dignitary and service member and former city and people in that regard, absolutely. And then the commemorative flags, I think, is a whole nother topic and a whole nother resolution, and it shouldn't be a part of this one.
Okay.
I see you. I'll add my comments, and then we'll go for round two. I do agree that lowering versus which flags should probably be two separate ordinances. That makes sense to me. But it's my understanding that the ordinance about commemorative flags is limited to only officially recognized.
Correct.
I mean, that's in the language,
Correct.
right?
If there are any other commemorative flags that are requested, will have to go through council.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not talking about any old...
Any flag.
Anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's only already limited to only official flags.
Correct.
I'm personally having a hard time processing how in the spirit of inclusivity, we're not going to go out of our way to be inclusive. That does not, I can't reconcile that in my mind. The city's vision is a vibrant Whidbey Island waterfront community where everyone is welcome and encouraged to thrive. Inclusivity, by definition, doesn't exclude anyone. By definition, it doesn't exclude anyone, and it is a core value of our community. So it costs nothing, it harms no one, it excludes no one. We always have time to make people feel welcome, so I would like to see this come back in two separate resolutions, but in terms of allowing the council or the administration the discretion to display commemorative flags, I wholeheartedly support. Councilor Merrow.
I did want to mention that I strongly support the mayor's discretion with regard to lowering the flag at half-mast. I did not state that earlier.
Thank you. Councilor Marshall.
So just to clarify the record, a commemorative flag by definition of our resolution shall mean a flag that identifies with a specific event, cause, theme, nation, or group of people that the city council chooses to honor, recognize, or commemorate, that is consistent with the city's policies and priorities. This opens us up, if we were to pass this, my concern is it opens us up to how do we pick and choose? We're going to say, this names a few specific examples, but that doesn't preclude other people then coming, because we are going to recognize this. It creates the opportunity to not be inclusive, because if we say no to somebody, now we're no longer being inclusive. Now we're deciding which ones are going to go up and which one, and that's where it's problematic for me. I'm not trying to not be inclusive to anybody, but to be put into that position later down the line that says, because we approve this one, now how do we disapprove another one? And that's where we put ourselves in a very precarious situation, in my opinion. And so I appreciate the opportunity to get this brought back. I look forward to passing the resolution to allow the mayor to put flags at half-staff. But that's going to continue to be my issue with commemorative flags, is that it's not by definition a legally defined flag. It is what we choose to be appropriate, and that puts us in a bad spot. So, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Marshall. Any other comments? Does staff, do you feel like you have
I think so. I feel
Clear
we have
direction?
the proper terms so that we can come back with the
Okay.
revision.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Any further comments, discussion from council? Okay, thank you
right,
so much.
thank you.
Thank you, Maggie.
Of course.
All right, there being no further business, is there a motion to adjourn? I'll give it to you. Councilor Merrill, go ahead.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
I second it.
We have a motion from Councilor Merrill, second by Councilor Arms to adjourn. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you.